Sound timer. On. Blue sky post. Made.
That. I am going to pin that the pushing yourself in devil's bargain in that chat, by the way.
Good idea.
Do it.
Just so we can come back to it later.
There you go. You pinned it?
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay. Oh boy. All right.
I like that the devil's bargain is like, you know what it's gonna be. You know what the consequences are.
Yeah.
It's not like that's hidden from you. It's like you know going in, like, this is the really bad thing you're doing.
Yeah. Like whether
a
or not
bad
you
person.
succeed
You know what
or
you're
not,
getting
you're
why,
getting a
yeah.
shitty thing.
Yeah, or basically, like, it's like you're role playing a bad person. You're a bad person, and this is why.
The devil's bargain is something bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh hey, there's a notification in Project Open Table that I
What?
plus 20.
Got him.
What? Never would have
crazy.
guessed.
Okay. 3 session stretchies out.
You
Unshrimp.
Yeah.
are shrimping.
I saw on TikTok where somebody had made like one of those moving wooden sculptures, and it's a shrimp that is like frying something in a pan, and I almost couldn't believe it. I sent
Are
that to
you
so many
for
people with that, yeah, saying that. It's like, are you trying to tell me?
Yeah, you sent it to me randomly in caps, and I was really confused.
The thing is, I want
Then
more
I
of
looked
those.
on it, and I was like, oh, right.
You telling me?
I want more of those where it's like it's a common phrase, but it's like in the vein of you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice, you know. And I'm running a blank on it, but
Yeah, there's a lot of those sayings. I'm just not. I'm just like you. I'm blanking on.
it's totally blanking.
Road work? I sure hope it does. Talk to do.
I have to physically restrain myself from saying that every time I see that sign. Because Ohio, it is season of construction work on roads.
Oh, jeez.
That started back in like September though, but you know, we keep them running. Did you know that the Ohio's official state flower is actually a traffic cone?
What? Get out. That's not true.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Exactly. Yeah, Catfish gets it.
Having lived in Cleveland.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
6.5 years.
Oh no.
Yeah. Did my fucking PhD in Cleveland.
Cleveland
Oh.
rocks. Cleveland rocks.
That was a decent show.
Yeah, I
What was
used
that
to.
show?
I used to watch that shit like be up way too late in like middle school. I'm like, all of this is going over my head.
Yeah.
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 With the
Yeah.
Cleveland show?
Fuck, what was that called?
Drew
Drew
Carey.
Carey show.
Oh yeah, it was just a Drew Carey show. I
Yeah.
thought it had like a witty title or something.
Like,
No, it was Drew Carey, and it was his show. It was Drew Carey show.
I remember having like similar thoughts about a show called Third Rock from the Sun.
Like, oh, I thought it had a more clever title.
No, like seeing that show as a kid and being like, I don't understand any of these jokes.
Oh yeah.
I'm having more of the thing of like I look back at the shows, like random little moments from that show, and I was like, oh, that's totally a sex joke, or like what the
Right?
fuck was that joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a really like in Scary Godmother, there was a random joke that I didn't get as a kid, and then I rewatched like that scene, and it was like that was a joke about like assassinating Abraham Lincoln. What the fuck? This like CGI children's movie.
Oh,
Whenever I
jeez.
think about jokes about assassinating Abraham Lincoln, I think about the Mentos commercial from Family Guy.
Oh god.
I just think about that whitest kids you know bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pounding my butt. Anyway.
Yeah.
Good evening, Swamp Kids, and welcome to part 5 of Strangers in Paradise. Yes, I got you again. Blades in the Dark actual play campaign featuring members from Project Open Table. Project Open Table, of course, being a Discord community that I and Undead Commander helped to found, where we put the safety of our players as our top priority. We have a bunch of safety tools in play that we use for games and stuff, and we have a lot of good times. We do a lot of community events. Alternating Tuesdays are either GM workshops or studio sessions where people can come in and work on their TTRPG projects or their art or whatever they got going on, along with some more specialized community nights throughout the month, depending. But yeah, if you're interested, !pot is what you would type into chat, and it'll bring up our card where you can follow our socials and then get the link to that Discord. So yeah, but enough about Project Open Table. We are here to play some Blades in the Dark, and I am joined once again by my 4 wonderful players. Starting off, we have the poison-obsessed doctor herself, Mopsy.
Hi.
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 And then we have our educated pyro, HighVoltageCatfish.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here and happy to, solve our problems, with our heads on right, very straightforward, and with no sparks of any kind. This is very, very serious, we keep it dark.
I two things. At first, I thought you were going to say that we solve our problems by creating more problems.
That would track.
That
Not
would track.
untrue.
And secondly, I do still have that teaser image that I made in Canva when this campaign was being made, and it's just a silhouette of all 4 of your guys' models, and it just says like disorganized crime.
Yeah.
It was so good. I love that one.
That's the motto of our campaign.
It pretty much is, yeah. Speaking of, our wonderful Tychrosi, I don't even know what word to throw in there.
Okay.
Our wonderful Tychrosi, savvy, master manipulator, StupidPunkThing.
Hell yeah.
Hi, I'm Aesyr Punk, and I feel like I am the most qualified for this upcoming hand job.
There you go.
That sounds really bad, but we'll explain why. Just hold.
I said what I said.
Before you click off the stream, just give us a second.
If you're clicking off the stream for that, coward. Nah.
And finally, the Charlie to the Angels, TVHEADD.
Hello, how's it going?
That was a good one.
I figured that you guys would appreciate that.
It tracks.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah.
Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Angel.
That's not my name. Why do you guys keep saying that? All right. Couple announcements before we get started. Next Saturday we are doing part like 16 of Pathfinder, the Ring of Aurora.
Yeah.
And the guys, they're getting really close to finding that first ancient artifact, one of the 4 suits. Obviously there's some trials between then and now, but
Yeah.
things have kind of been working out really well for you guys on the other campaign. It's been surprising.
Yeah, and it's worrisome a bit. But
Things are going too good. Somebody's gonna die next session.
yeah, we take a win when we can get it, though. So,
Absolutely.
You already had Soulless die. You want to jinx that?
yeah, I mean,
Knock on wood.
yeah. For sure. Like that's the kind of tense. We're not tense, but like cautious, sort of like, oh, I don't know.
Things are too
Oh.
good here. Somebody's gonna pop out of the alley and stab me.
Yeah, that kind of feeling.
Yeah. And then on the 21st, I will be running a one-shot of the system Never Going Home, which is based during the First World War, and what if all the bloodshed caused a rift to open, and now there's also eldritch monstrosities on the battlefield as
Zowie.
well. Yeah, it's a really interesting system. So I'm really curious about how it's going to play out. And actually, speaking of that game, if you would like to potentially participate in it, I still have signups open, and they will end at the end of the Pathfinder camp, when we will stop taking interested players and go from there. So the 21st is when the game will be held. The 14th is the last day that you can sign up if you would wish to play. And that will be found in Project Open Table under the GMs for Players channel. And that's all I got. You guys ready to I don't want to say do the hand job, but that's what it is.
Let's do the hand job. I'm so excited.
I'm feeling pretty handy myself.
I bet. All right, let's go to the screen. Honestly, when you say when you phrase it like you guys are ready to do the hand job, it sounds like a dance.
All right.
Like a lot of
That's
like
fair.
a lot of like hand waving, like back in like the 50s or something.
Right.
That's
hands.
so true. I would like to remind you, I did dance with someone in the last job, so maybe I am the most qualified.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I gotta skip on down to the soda fountain and then head over to the sock hop and do the hand job. See, it just sounds right. Anyway. This is off to a great start.
It's got the clap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hand job.
So, last session, the strangers took care of some business after the Collingsworth Manor heist, where they stole a family heirloom brooch back for a ghost. They returned the brooch to said ghost. He pulled the soul out of it and tossed the physical item back and said, "Nah, sell it." Like, I'm just happy it's not in her hands anymore. And from there, you guys took care of your downtime activities. A lot of coin and rep being spent for extra stuff, but at the end of it all, the strangers leveled up and got a workshop for their lair. They managed to train the choir to be their own like little gang of cohorts that they can send out to do tasks, and they, for the lack of a better term, invented walkie-talkies.
More or less, yeah. Hell yeah.
So now they have a way to communicate with each other. It is
During the
limited to
heist.
just within that certain borough of the city, and it will not work across boroughs or across the city as a whole. But
Which is more than I was asking for. I just wanted something we could use on a heist. Like, because sometimes we'll be in different rooms and you don't want to shout at somebody. Sometimes.
oh yeah,
So,
yeah, that was the primary purpose. But I mean, like if we're thinking like how like modern walkie-talkies work over like like a mile or so,
That's true. No, yeah.
then that's kind of
Yeah,
what
like,
I was basing it off.
Yeah. Which, I mean, honestly, it being in the range at the end of the day, like, the range wouldn't have really mattered. We're not really, like, on opposite sides of a area anyways, like, ever.
Yeah.
Like, we're usually in one small place, so it works out either way.
Yeah. It wasn't a terribly big like restriction, I guess. But yeah, so with all those downtime activities taken care of, you guys got a house call from Amancio, who never does that, and said that the race originally wanted to meet you guys to kind of get to know you, but now it's become a we need your help situation. And the reason why we've been referring to it as the hand job is because one of the higher ups for the Wraiths blundered a heist themselves, and as in somewhere in the action, their hand met a billhook's blade and was separated from them, and a city investigator for the Bluecoats currently has possession of it. An investigator who is very much big-headed and boastful, and will sometimes take under the table jobs to be able to further his own career. So you guys got that bit of information. I don't think you guys went so far as to doing any extra digging for info. But we're gonna take care of that.
I was gonna ask.
now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if we could do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're gonna take care of right now. So we find ourselves back in the crew's hideout in the section of 6 Towers. And you guys just got back from meeting with the Wraiths. You've pretty much secured your next job. You know what you're going to do. The question now is, how are you going to go about doing it?
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is get our handy dandy map that I had been marking up out. Just post this up on the wall.
Yes, the map of Charter Hall.
Dun-dun-dun. So, does anybody remember what the actual map legend was? Because I don't remember what the X or the O are.
It is in your notes. I do remember seeing it in your notes.
Jeez, I take way better notes than I thought. Holy shit!
You're putting that PhD to use, I guess.
Yes,
Seriously.
Yep.
This is what you meant to get your PhD for, right?
We're reading a
Taking notes.
fucking map.
Also, out of character, are you posting that physically anywhere, IRL? Or did I miss it somewhere?
Oh, can you share your screen, go?
No, we're on the map screen now.
Well, TVHEADD can't see it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not in here.
Sorry.
You're fine.
you're all good.
Here, I will share my obs screen. There
I
you go.
forgot.
It's okay. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I was like, it's on the screen, and I was like, wait.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Did you want the OBS screen, or did you want like the actual game screen itself?
No, this is fine.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. And what is this? This is
Charter Hall? Charter Hall, yep.
Yep. This is where
and
the
he lives
motherfucker
in Charter Hall?
Yes.
And we need to steal this evidence from him. He doesn't keep it on him, so it's somewhere in his place.
It would be a lot more unsettling if he kept it on him, honestly.
Right?
Yeah, I think I would have done it for much cheaper if I just found out he's just carrying this hand around. That's very concerning. Dear Christ.
For the safety of everybody in Charter Hall.
Real. I mean, obviously, all Bluecoats are bastards, but still.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cab. Good old
Abab.
cab.
Abab.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. All magicians are bad. Or bastards. I saw my chance and I took it. Okay, so X is his house, right? If I remember correctly. I think it's like X was his house and the O is like the closest exit or something. I don't remember. I know one was essentially like underground networks, and then one was his actual house or something.
Yep. X is Raymond Perch's residence on the corner of Bailiff and Servant. And the O there is a drug den of the Lampblacks in the Old Quarter. Not an official den, but they do business. And it is very likely connected to all of the other tunnels that I had worked out earlier today. Hmm. And I believe I had been proposing this back at the Wraiths base as a sort of method of both ingress and egress. So we might want to be doing a little bit of scouting as to, what's to greet us when we come out of the tunnel entrance there, if it does indeed exist. Right. It's are we going to open a trap door and then we're just in the middle of their operation, or does it open up into an alley behind it? Is it a storm grate of some kind? I think that's worth us looking into ahead of time. Because at the moment, this is all. At the moment, an entrance being there is simply conjecture.
Right. Good to check that out. I was also going to suggest that maybe, perhaps, we could send a choir to like sit around this guy's house and like kind of watch his comings and goings, to like get a hang on his like schedule, I guess, that he keeps.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest something like that. Like, just to be like scouts, essentially.
Yeah.
Forgot we have children to throw out the problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, because like blue coats are like a sort of creatures of habit. Like they rote routine is what they need in order to have structure and like keep themselves in order. So I figure this guy probably has a lot of habits that he's developed.
Yeah,
That's my thinking.
Based on the intel we got from the Wraiths, he does seem to be the kind of the kind of guy who's keeps himself busy, getting getting a little bit of brown on his nose, schmoozing with people and whatnot. So who knows? Maybe he doesn't come back tonight. And again, he shouldn't be keeping the hand on him. That would be weird. But if he does, we should deal with that accordingly.
We don't kill people, I thought.
Right. We probably don't want to do that.
I suppose.
Yeah, it brings a lot of undue heat.
Oh yeah, you'll potentially poke the bear that is the spirit wardens.
Yeah, that too.
I did have a suggestion, and don't take it the wrong way, and don't if it's unavoidable, obviously we have to do what we have to do. But I was going to suggest, we've had fire involved in the last 3 jobs
All
that
of our
we did.
heights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
that there isn't a sort of running thread this time around, just to kind of switch things up. Maybe we don't have any like fire directly involved this particular time.
Like, not directly.
And a hush falls over the crowd. But just,
I can definitely take that under advisement.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Again, they look for patterns when trying to close in the noose on people, so it would be best
And
to
maybe
vary it up a little bit.
And if there was any case that we should not, like have a pattern repeat on, it's the one involving the police directly.
My thoughts exactly.
I was about to say, if they see fire and at this police job, the police are going to have a lot more, or the bluecoats, going to have a lot
Mhm.
more of an interest in us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I 100% understand how you feel about this.
Not that I don't love the results, and not that I'm not a huge supporter.
This is like just the one time. This one
Yeah.
time.
It's a suggestion.
Everyone's, but like, the moments of absence makes the moment of the flame better, if you really think about it, Deirdre.
Yeah, there you go.
If you go a period of time without fire, the next fires could be so much better.
I mean, I guess, yeah, a flame does feel better when you're feeling cold. I will take that under
Exactly.
due consideration, dear Ace.
Fantastic.
All right, so I will allow everybody to do one round of gather information if they would like.
And our
So-
cohorts can do a round of that as well.
I think that the cohorts are played in a way to where you guys use them as basically as a supplement.
They're
you're-
like an asset
okay.
rather than a playable thing.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay,
They're not their own thing. You have to use your
see.
thing to send them to do things.
I
This is
see.
gonna sound
Okay.
horrible because these are children who I'm talking about, but they're tools to be used.
That is a kind
No,
of a,
yeah.
First time, horrible way to put it, but
It
that's
is.
essentially the way I'm viewing it. Like that's how it mechanically works.
That's how you would describe them if it was a gang of street toughs or a gang
Yeah,
of smugglers or something.
yeah.
You're really
That's-
paying
that's
it
who they
forward,
are.
Ace.
I was going to ask really quickly, Gil.
Mhm.
So this, well, just everyone in general, from what we know about this mission,
Mhm.
like, it's not like a party or a social gathering at all, right?
No,
It's like us sneaking into a place to get something.
yes.
Yeah, preferably
So-
like when he's not there.
I have a
Mhm.
strange request then.
Okay.
Can I play
Mhm.
Morrigan?
Really?
Yes. Aesyr's whole thing is social situations and being loud in front of people's face. I don't think he's
Very
going to be
true.
useful here. With his blue ass skin, he's going to be very obvious and stick out. That's it was a slight concern of mine. So I thought I'd ask.
I
That's
mean,
fair.
yeah, I don't see an issue with you playing as Morrigan for this run if you would like to.
Because I also kind of like the idea of alternating them. That's kind of cool. I don't mind
Yeah.
if the leveling for the character is slow.
Yeah, absolutely. So then I will go ahead and move Aesyr to the backup characters folder for now.
Mhm.
And I'll bring Morrigan back out to the main roster. What's it like when Aesyr kind of just dips for a while?
I'm gonna say that with the Aesyr and Morrigan are kind of like opposite sides of the same coin, so they pretty much act on the same wavelength often.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that if it was anything, they were having this meeting and Morrigan probably came into the hideout, just walks into them having this discussion, and seeing everyone, she's like, "Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing okay. Aesyr, I need to speak with you. It is about a personal matter." That's her two different voices is her telltale for her accuracy.
Gotcha.
Just if anyone needed that reminder.
Uh-huh.
And
I think Ace
I'm
is in
assuming
trouble.
no. She's a matter involving the choir. I'm not exactly the mother of the organization. And so she's just gonna essentially pull Aesyr aside and essentially meet. It's probably just like the choir's having some kind of like personal scuffle that she should probably not get involved in.
Okay.
Like she kind of takes on like a more strict father figure role in that organization, and Aesyr's actually the motherly one. Like Aesyr's the nice one out of the two, so it's probably just that they'll switch roles. Is that like Aesyr's going to take care of the choir and deal with the choir while Morrigan's doing this job that's more her style.
All right. Sounds good to me. All right, so Morrigan is now back on the crew.
Exciting.
Nice.
Very exciting. So with that, or well, I guess I should ask, does anybody else want to make any other character changes before we move on?
I think we're good.
Sweet. All right. So now, if everybody would like to, everybody has the option of doing an action of gathering information. So I guess whoever wants to kick that off, go for it.
One. If no one has any objections.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. So my stated goal is to establish a schedule, a routine for this person. And to do that, I think a two-pronged attack on that would be helpful. I can sort of try and do a gathering information on like where what's this guy's name again?
Raymond Perch.
Perch. Perch?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, like where Perch has been, I do a gathering information to find out where he's been, like what he's been doing the last few days and weeks, if I could, depending on how well I do,
Okay.
to try and get an idea of where he's been, and in the coming days have the choir there sort of watching to establish what he's doing currently, to predict where he's going to be in the future, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you're doing like the before job surveying.
Yeah.
And you're gonna want the choir there while you're doing it as like a basically lookouts or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking into his past. They're looking into his current present for us to try and predict his future, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So essentially you're going to look into his past, and then we're going to use the choir, which I'll probably do this if we need separate actions, but have the choir then keep on him during the day and get his routine down.
Oh, I was going on what they were saying earlier, that it has to be part of like what you're doing. Is that not how it works? Am I doing it incorrectly?
Let me pull up the rules for cohorts.
I was just confused because it sounded like you were doing two different things in the same action. That's why I was saying that.
I wanted it to be all part of the same action, but yeah, if it sounds like it should be two different ones, then that's what it is. But
when you send a cohort to achieve a goal, roll their quality to see how it goes, or a PC can oversee the maneuver by leading a group action. If you direct the cohort with orders, roll command. If you participate in the action alongside the cohort, you roll appropriate action. The quality of any opposition relative to the cohort's quality affects position.
Okay. So maybe we could do it as a group action, and that's what I'm telling them to do, and I'm doing my part, or does that not work that way?
Yeah, you can. If you participate in the action alongside the cohort, then basically you're going to roll...
Then I would have to be there with them, telling them what to do.
Yes. And if you direct the cohort
okay.
with orders, you roll command.
I see. But then that becomes my thing. That's it. That's all I'm able to do.
Yeah, that'll be your thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll go back to Ace, and Morgan, and maybe do you think it's worth breaking it up then? Do you have a thing that you would rather do instead?
So I didn't really have a plan just yet. The thing is, if I'm gonna be honest about leading them, I never thought I needed this stat, so I have nothing in command, funnily enough.
Oh.
So
Well, you could do it as a group action because you're used to watching people from afar, and you could do that like with hunt or something for
Yeah,
a
that's
that's a
stakeout
good
type
idea. That's a good
situation.
idea.
And you're much more well suited than I am for that. Then
yeah, like if we tell the cohort to do something, is that our action, or do they just go do it while we do our own action?
If you are directing them, or participating in the action alongside the cohort, then that will be your.
Okay, but if I'm like, hey, can you go do this, and then go do my own thing?
No, that
Is
would be
that a thing?
command.
that would
So
still
e-
be command.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
either
think
way,
I'll...
utilizing them is still your thing for the turn or for the action.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm down to do it. It was just
Okay.
my command is ass, so it's not the best idea to
Yeah,
have
but-
me command.
Right.
But you can be like
So-
out there hunting with them,
Right.
Yeah.
and like
Or
no,
survey,
this is how you do
yeah.
it. This is how you do it, kids.
And
Okay, cool.
you're essentially you're showing them how to do a stakeout type deal.
Yeah, I'll do that on my turn.
Okay. Perfect. Then I'll spend my gathering information trying to just establish like where he's been in the last, I don't know, couple months or so, whatever I can get.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, what action are you using to gather the information?
Right. Shoot.
Study.
I have. Yeah, that sounds like study. I don't know what I can't remember off the dome what my study is. I'm trying to see if I.
It's 2.
I don't think I.
That's why I was
Oh, it's 2?
suggesting. Yeah, I'm looking
Oh,
at
okay.
it. I have your thing open right now. You have a 2 in
Okay, perfect.
study, 1 in finesse prowl skirmish, 2 in consort, and 1 in sway.
All right. Well then yeah, I'll do study then.
Okay, so before you roll, Charter
Uh-huh.
Hall has a special thing for when you're running jobs here. And this is
Okay.
going to be offered to everybody who does anything in Charter Hall when it comes to gathering information.
Ooh.
The records in Charter Hall can be of particular interest to criminal sorts. Take a devil's bargain for an extra die to gather info here in exchange for 1 heat, because the Bluecoats are always watching for scoundrels like you. As far as the traits for Charter Hall, it has a 4 in wealth, a 4 in security and safety, and then 0 in criminal influence and 0 in occult influence.
What's our current heat? Is it we didn't get it very high, did we?
I don't think, yeah, you guys didn't get it very high last time. Let me pull up your guys's. You guys are at 4 heat right now. So you're
Okay.
5 away from a wanted level.
Okay. If you guys think it's worth it, I can take that, but if not, I can just go with what I have.
Well, I feel like if we were gonna do the heat thing, it should probably be on what we think is the most important task, like that we want the success on.
Right.
If
Okay.
you think this getting this information is like the top of the list of things we need to succeed on, then yes.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's like top of the list.
Yeah, I'd say casing the joint's probably top of the list.
Casing it. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll tell you what. I'm free of stress. I made sure that Asher's been de-stressed, so I can maybe do 2 stress to add a level to effect,
Yeah, you can do that.
so that like improve my chances. Like no matter what, I'm probably gonna get something good.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So you go ahead and mark 2 stress on Faust.
Yes.
And then, yeah, so whatever this is, you'll have
Roll
greater effect.
okay, we roll a
great.
study.
Roll and study?
And study.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
What's the position?
Position I'm going to say is risky. because you are out like scuffing around in one of the most protected places in Duskvault, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fair.
Asking about a cop.
So I'm gonna say risky, but whatever you do learn, it will be a regardless.
Yeah, and modifier, no modifier at all, no dice added or anything like that.
I mean, I could
Or
take an
there
additional
is.
2. I could take an additional 2 stress and take 4 stress total to get an extra die.
Can you push yourself twice in the same roll?
Oh, you can't.
I wouldn't.
No, yeah, you're right.
I would say, even then, I wouldn't even really worry about it. Just was asking to make sure I roll this right.
Yeah. No.
Oh, love that.
All right.
Ooh, did we do good?
You got
Success.
a 6, yeah.
Hell yeah.
6 and a 5, actually. You almost crit.
Ooh.
That would have been good. Okay. So I'm gonna say that you kind of get the layout of how he maneuvers, or how he's been maneuvering for, like, I'm gonna say the last week.
Last week, okay.
So you would know that this guy works the overnight shift for the Bluecoats, and he, as an investigator, he's not like on the beat or anything. He normally just like goes to the office and, you know, compiles his information together on certain cases. So you would see that he leaves his home roughly around 11:30, and then gets back to his home around 11:30 at night, and then gets back to his home around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Some days he has been seen coming back home a little bit later, so like 9:30, but that's because he'll stop like on the way to get food somewhere. Outside of that, on the days that it doesn't seem that he is going into the station, he is often just kind of milling about Charter Hall itself. And there was one particular day that he doesn't work, but during the day he actually goes to Charter Hall University.
Huh.
And it's because every now and then he actually gives he kind of, it's less of not really giving lectures. It's more of him kind of doing like that thing where like he just kind of stands outside the college and, like, you know, answers questions from students about, like, you know, what's it like to be an investigator, what about this, and kind of something like
It's
that.
Kind of like an open office hours kind of
Yeah,
deal.
like an open office hours kind of thing. But that was only like one day in the past week that.
Okay.
But pretty reliably for most of the nights. It seems like he sleeps during the day. He wakes up a couple hours before he's slated to leave for the station. And those hours from wake up to leaving is him, you know, getting ready, and maybe he'll sit in his living room with a book.
Okay. So best time, if history is any indication, best time to go is like quote unquote during the day, because I mean it's always nighttime, but like no, he's there during the day and he leaves at night.
Yes.
Yeah, he works the night shift.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. I was hoping to get a little bit more, but this is good. This is at least establishes thing. If we can get that confirmed with what the choir sees in the next few days, that'll help out a lot. And then anything else you can know about, like the building and security and things like that.
Yeah. I think you were just asking about like his routine. Is why.
Yeah. His routine, like where he has been.
Yeah.
In the last, you know, however long you'd be willing to let me know.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So yeah.
Cool.
that's it for you. Who would be next further gathering information?
It seems like it's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. What are you doing?
So make sure I get this right. And partially because I don't know how to exactly work it. Can you walk me through how you want me to do this again? TVHEADD and Catfish.
You're just rolling hunt, but
Yeah.
the cohorts are doing it as a group action with you, and so they're based off of your score in it, and you have a history as established by the character backstory that of doing like stakeout type things, assassination missions and having to watch a target for a really long time. So you're the best person for the job. So you just essentially comes down to just roll hunt.
Alright. Yeah, I think is that sound right, Gil? Essentially, I'm gonna be surveying essentially the property and the areas around it, right? With the choir.
Yeah.
Cool. Would that be hunt or survey?
Hunt is
Whichever
more or
one
less tracking people.
Yeah, I would say hunt's tracking people, right?
Yeah.
Survey is like getting the area
Yeah.
and like seeing if there's any danger and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever you think is best.
Cool. How do you do a group action roll?
I'm just about to explain that.
Thank
Each PC who's involved with the group action makes an action roll using the same action, and the team counts the single best result as the overall effort for everyone who's rolled. However, the character who's leading the group action takes 1 stress for each PC that rolled a 1 through 3 as their best result.
Isn't it just me and the choir?
Yeah, so
yeah, right.
So if the choir rolls a 1 through 3 as their best result, then you're going to take a stress for it.
Gotcha. I forgot I already had stress. I have 3. Yeah, girl's been working.
Would any of it naturally have come off?
And
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, to remove stress, it's like downtime actions, right? And Morrigan hasn't really been in place since.
And that's something you have to roll on anyhow, so I imagine it's not like a passive thing.
Yeah.
Like, it is a choice.
I see.
Yeah.
You're indulging your bias.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are you like super stressed out?
I just have 3 out of 9. Already,
so not so bad.
I just like that very last mission. I think like the first mission we did.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't touch Morrigan at all and swapped over to Aesyr.
Yeah.
Like I think I leveled her up and that was it. But yeah, I think I will do the group action. How do I do that in the program?
So what you would do is you're going to basically just roll. Is there a thing for the character sheet? Okay, so then what we're just going to do is I'm going to do essentially a fortune roll for the choir.
Okay.
And the choir, let's see, you roll based off of their quality. And so their quality is the same as your current crew tier, which I think you guys are still... You guys are tier 1 now, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, you guys would be tier... Because you started off as tier 0. Oh, wait, no,
Yeah.
the tier only counts when you up your reputation. So you guys are still tier 0.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they are going to be rolling with 2 die and taking the lower result.
Oh, man.
Joy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you can go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, quick question. Does this change like the position and effect at all?
No, not or it kind of does.
I was gonna say, like, what's the difference of me just doing this by myself and then with just the choir?
I was gonna say in that case
I don't really see a difference.
I guess if you have a really good leveled up cohort, it could be beneficial. But if you're starting out and your cohorts are baby, then it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't really say anything about it having. Yeah, it just says the quality of any opposition relative to the cohort's quality affects the position and effect of the. Which this isn't really so much. They're not doing anything that has opposition, so we can ignore that. Because you guys are casing a joint, you're not going out to fight people.
Yeah.
So, so position and effect, is pretty much going to be risky standard across the board.
I think I might just not use the choir then, because I still don't see the point. Like, there's not really a reason to use them for this. If anything, I'm just using it to get stress.
Well, there's a
isn't
chance
really a thing to
that
do.
they could roll better than you, and then the result is
There is a chance, however slim, that they technically could.
Yeah, so you're
roll
kind of
better than you, but it's
in a way
risky.
giving yourself 2 chances to roll, but with
I don't know.
2
It's up to
different
you
stats.
at this point. It's your character, so like, I would say if you don't think it's worth the risk, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see any really clear benefit to it,
Okie dokie.
other
Oh,
than
yeah.
2 chances, and one of the chances is ass.
Yeah.
Like, and
if
if
they had
I
a better,
fail,
if
I
they were
take
leveled up a
stress.
little bit more, yeah, and that's
And, like-
fine. We'll
and,
level
like-
them up more, and eventually they'll be really good.
Well,
Well,
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're learning.
So, what happens here is that you kind of start getting yourself in position to start casing this guy's house. And you, as soon as you roll up on the place, you see that there are blue coats who are like on the beat. They're kind of patrolling the area, but they just so happen to stop right outside of this guy's house and are like, that's where they decided to take their break.
Oh, jeez.
And so they're sitting there, and they sit there for a while. Like, these blue coats in particular, you probably figure they may have already done their route, or maybe it's just one of those nights where it's like, I don't really feel like going around, multiple times or whatever. And so they just happen to stop off in front of the investigator's house that they know, and that's pretty much where they spend a good chunk of time, to the point where you decide that if you stuck around any longer, then Raymond would come home.
yeah, that's fair. All right.
So,
Wait, is that
unfortunately,
their-
there's a miss on that.
Oh, that was narrative based on the role that you
Yes.
did. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
So Morrigan, unfortunately, was unable to get any information about casing the
Oopie.
job. Who would like to do their roll, their gather information roll?
I can take it. So the main thing that Deirdre would like to look into is our actual method of ingress and egress,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and she was wanting to look into, okay, do the tunnels that she's kind of mapped out / extrapolated, do they lead to beneath that drug den of the Lampblacks? Does it lead to just outside of there? Does it are we going to be opening up into a hostile situation? And is there a way for us to move from this potential hidden entrance to the actual entrance to get outside without getting without drawing too much attention? She's figuring this might be the case, since it is, a potential smuggling route, but this has got to be a sort of we need to check. We need to know. We can't just take that on faith.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What action would you like to use to figure this out?
Okay. Is this a... is this a study? Is this a...
Mm.
Oops.
It could be a study.
Yeah, because
Maybe.
I'm trying to actually map out a route, basically.
Yeah.
Something that, a route that I'm pretty sure, obviously don't know where every branch in the tunnels are, but I'm using the map as a basis
Mm-hmm.
to chart out
Yeah.
a potential branch towards towards that building.
Yeah. You're confirming a path on a map,
Yeah, basically, and
not
that's
just studying the map. You're like, I'm gonna chart this and make sure it's accurate.
accurate, exists, etc.
Yeah, sounds like study to me. Unless you have something else you think would be more relevant, like uh, skulking or like
Yeah.
being sneaky or.
Yeah. And I guess one thing I would ask is, okay, I'm charting the underground. Does that count as charter hall in terms of the riskiness of the situation? Or they're not cops on the beat underneath charter hall, right?
Right. I think if you were like actually inside of Charter Hall
Mm-hmm.
and doing your gathering information, kind of like what Faust and Morrigan were doing, then I could
Yeah.
offer you that that devil's bargain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I could also I could probably offer you another one if you wanted one. But yeah,
Different one.
I would say for in this aspect, the previous devil's bargain doesn't apply
Yeah.
because you're basically
Yeah.
doing all this research from the hideout.
Yeah. Yeah. From the hideout, and well, I was, yeah. Okay. Like, yeah, because we need this. Like, we need to figure
Yeah.
this out. So I'm going to study, and I think I'll take a stress to push it
To
a
stress.
bit. To stress, right? Okay,
Yep.
yeah, stress to stress.
And you
yeah.
wanted an extra die or a better position or better effect?
I'd like an extra die.
Okay, sounds good.
So that I go to modifier and I bring it to +1d.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works. Okay.
Get some good information.
Okay, just have to give it a note. And okay, so we have a 4.
All right. Okay. So here's how your studying played out. Yes, the short answer is the underground tunnel system does link up to that particular building. One of the problems is that from all the cross-referencing that you've done is that this building seems like it was once used as like a small store, but it no longer is in business, and there's a chance that there could be people whose sole job is to sit there and wait for drug shipments.
Oh.
It could be well guarded.
And depending on like the schedule of things, there could be a drop happening on the night that you go to do this
Depending.
ending.
Oh.
But I don't think you guys have figured out like the Lampblack schedule yet.
Yeah.
So yes, you can get there using the underground passageways.
Yes.
But there is a very decent chance that it is either guarded or that there would be a deal going down when you got there.
Hey.
They have to find a way of dealing with that.
All right. Doc Holly, would you like to do any information gathering?
Yes, but I'm gonna need a refresher because I genuinely forgot how to do it.
It's basically you just telling me what information you would like to figure out, and then we go from there. It's basically you're just doing an action roll.
But like, I mean, is there like a specific list of what I can try to get information on?
Not really. Just anything that you think would be helpful for your guys' job.
Well, sorry. Can I ask the others what they think
Yeah, of
we
course.
need?
Oh yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think we need?
There. Well, we have like, I feel like we have like no, and we know the guy's schedule, so that's not a concern though. I think the big one is the layout of the place. Like we really just have no idea. My roll failed. So that's the only thing. That's one thing. I don't know if there's like really any other questions you would need to ask off the top of my head. TVHEADD, if you have any, or Catfish, if you have any suggestions.
Yeah, I guess I guess the layout is definitely one major thing. I mean, there's also oh
No, you go.
okay. There's also, perhaps do you have, access to like sleeping powders or incenses or things, or something that we might be able to utilize in case things get hot? That's also like another thing, because I mean, you're a poisoning sort, right? So
Wouldn't that fall under flashbacks though? Like
Oh,
if it
no,
was something we
I
needed?
yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that's more of a flashbacks thing.
Yeah.
Because like you can do it in the mission like, oh, I just so happen to have this like leaf powder that only needs to be like touched by the skin to make people get drowsy.
Yeah. I pocket sand.
Pockets.
Pocket sleep.
Pocket sleep.
Pocket sleep.
Yeah.
Pocket horse string.
Essentially, this is we're trying to find our way of ingress, or our so we want to find out what the best way to approach doing, like, our engagement role. Essentially,
Mm-hmm.
we're essentially researching our best engagement role to give ourselves the best chance and the best position when we initially do that, so that we don't start off on a bad foot. That's essentially what our gathering information is right now,
Mm-hmm.
to give us our best chance at our engagement role, so that the job has a better chance of going better. Because you're right, anything we need on the job we can just get with like flashbacks or pushing ourselves or equipment, or just straight up skill. So we're researching our engagement role essentially. So we have an eye towards that. That's where our through line. That's where we're trying to go towards.
Yeah. Bunch of valid points. Casing the house, getting like an idea of its layout is
Okay,
since
so
Morrigan failed.
getting a layout of the house for a roll, wouldn't I need to roll a survey?
That is one potential avenue you could take, but there are some potential other ones that you could do.
Like you could see if you could find the blueprints to that house specifically. I don't fucking know. See if there's like any like books that might have that information.
Yeah, that would be like a study
or,
roll. I
like-
would
like
probably.
Study role.
Yeah, that would be like
okay,
a-
but
records and looking up the blueprints.
here's
Straight
the
up, yeah.
problem. Study or
Mhm.
survey, I have no points in those at all.
What are your points then?
I have 2 in Tinker, 2 in Finesse, 1 in Prowl, Skirmish, and Wreck, and then 2 in Sway. So it would mainly just be rolling
Okay.
to roll on a wing and a prayer.
That's fair. We're stealing this guy's hand, right? We're stealing a hand back.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, I could just roll like survey or study for the hell of it. Just hoping a prayer. You never know. Could work out. I mean, what's the worst that could happen if it doesn't work out? We just don't learn anything, right?
So yeah, I mean, you could honestly just take a swing at what I was doing, really.
It's like if there's no like downside, like if like it's not like I'll get killed if I fail the roll. Like, so I mean, if there's no real downside,
That's fair.
there's no pain in trying. So,
Do you have any of your contacts? Like, do you think either of your your friend that you have
my
on
friend
your
is a
character
blood
sheet,
dealer,
do you think that?
so I don't know if
Okay, well,
Jewel would would be able to
that'd be
like,
helpful in this. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was like
Honestly, any of our
anything.
contacts, because we all know each other. We know who knows who. So maybe, after a brief introduction, they talk to one of our contacts as well.
One of my contacts for Morrigan is a spy, Valeris, which we used her in the first mission.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Or first job. You could see if you could try to get information out of her.
anything that helps.
I mean, it would be. You would essentially be talking to her and try through the thing to get that information. So would that be consort or sway?
I think it would be consort, because you're dealing with one of your contacts or allies.
Oh boy, I have
Yeah, one of
zero
your
in
contacts,
consort
yeah.
too.
I don't know how you can tinker your way through this, but
Yeah,
I could probably think of a way.
No, we can
Is
think of a way.
tinkering?
Yeah, I have an idea for what you could use Tinker for.
Shoot.
Will you give us that suggestion if we ask so nicely?
Pick the dude's door.
Straight up.
Didn't you say that the blue coats are right outside his house?
They were on Morrigan's roll. We don't know if they're out there for yours.
Okay.
There's also, you could tinker to
Tinker.
you could tinker to
maybe,
break
check.
into the building across the street from him or something.
Yeah, you could you could tinker to see the mechanical functions of the maybe the locks or the fences, or seeing if there's any way to get through that.
That's an option too, using your tinker
preemptive,
ability to look at the security measures.
Yeah,
I'll do that. That sounds helpful, so we know what to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I do this, right? Okay. Oh god.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my internet flickered and I had to switch to my phone.
When you said, "Oh God," a part.
Okay, so no modifiers, right?
My internet's acting up too.
Unless you want to push yourself and take 2 stress for an extra die, or better position or effect, or take a devil's bargain.
I already deal with 1 stress. I don't need any more.
Are you sure about that? I'm over here with 3 from the last mission that Morrigan was a part of.
Actually, I can push myself for 2 stress.
Yes.
And what does that give? +1?
You can either get an extra die, you can have improved position, or improved effect.
And
Okay, I guess I'll push myself
position
to have
is
an extra.
how dangerous it is.
Oh yeah, what's position?
Position, you're gonna be right outside the
Position's
dude's house.
how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean which one? Controlled, risky, or desperate?
This is gonna be risky. You're basically gonna be walking around at the outside of this dude's house. In an area that is very protected by blue coats, so I'm gonna say risky. And your effect, if you're taking if you're pushing yourself for an extra die, then I'm gonna say that your effect is going to be standard.
Okay, so I do +1.
Yeah, +1 on the modifier spot.
Okay. And I'm rolling Tinker, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Oh,
Hooray!
Oh, well,
Partial success.
yeah. Okay.
that extra dice came in handy.
All right. So here's what I will say. You do succeed in finding a couple of security measures as you're kind of milling about this dude's house. He's got like a 2-story brick house, kind of small for a 2-story. It's kind of like that deal where there's like a shop and then there's like an apartment above it, but it's like, think of like that size of a building, but it's just a house, very small, kind of like a townhouse kind of deal. And so you go around, you see all of his windows have alarm systems on them. And you see that there is another alarm system that is actually, as you're looking through the window to kind of get a peek inside the house, you see that there's an alarm system that's rigged on his front door as well. The complication that I'm going to say is that these alarm systems are very different than ones that you've encountered before. They work on a different kind of mechanism that you're not familiar with. So the fact that they exist, that's your success. The partial part, the complication, is that the model of these security systems is completely foreign. So you're not entirely sure how to get them to not go off.
Well,
actually,
I was having internet issues too. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, TVHEADD was having it.
Yep. We're back on. The
Fantastic. Okay.
Wow.
Sorry about that, everybody.
We're back.
That was weird, but we are back, and yeah, you didn't miss much. They were just kind of talking about, you know, how they need, kind of in a way, a general sense of how they need to hit this job.
Yeah. Right. No planning, because that's not allowed.
Right. But
whatever our plan does end up being.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, we are actually about to move into the planning and engagement section.
Okay.
So, with everybody's gathering information rolls done, let's go ahead and start the planning and engagement. First of all, you guys need to choose a plan. And as you know, the plans are assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, and transport.
I mean, I think very easily stealth this time, right?
Yeah, I think this particular time is going to be stealth.
Yeah, it's not really that complicated of a task there.
All right, now how about the detail, the point of infiltration? How are you guys getting in?
The tour?
Do we want to do the tunnels? Basically our options are like the tunnels, maybe taking a boat along the old moat, though that's probably monitored to some degree.
Right.
But
I would imagine, yeah. What we can do. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, if there is an issue, then, you know, the fact of the matter is we can probably, you know, on the ingress or the egress, we can kind of make that the Lamp Black's problem.
Yeah.
And that's kind of their territory.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like putting the blame on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We could do the thing we did the
like
last time, dress like the Lamp Blacks.
Yo, we should totally dress like the Lamp Blacks and then and then use their tunnel route. Let's fucking do that.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Man, Valeris is just not getting a break.
Yeah. Well, y'all brought up the idea of like a sleepy powder or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like if we're like we do the thing of like peek around a corner, if there happens to be dudes there, we do, you know, stuff to take them out stealthily. Yeah. And then if their own people show up, they're just like, oh, these guys are like drunk on the job or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Great. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
I like that. Stealthing in via sewers.
Via sewers, and then the back streets and stuff there, and then
I will just one last thing to remind you. Morrigan is, technically a sniper, so we can have non-lethal bullets of some kind. I think that's actually a thing she gets.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it is.
totally.
Electroplasmic ammunition.
Yeah, they don't do much against people, but they will shoot the shit out of a ghost.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, if I'm not planning on killing the people, I don't need it to do too much.
Yeah, think of them like a taser round, really, for a person.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys have your.
I have a raven. I just remembered that.
So you've chosen your type of plan, you've chosen your detail. Now we need to go through your item loadouts. So we'll just go down the list. Doc Holly, what kind of loadout are you taking this time around?
And we have a +2 to this now, right?
Yes, you technically have a +2 to this as well.
Nice.
You can take a light load and get 5 boxes.
Sick.
Holly?
Mossy?
Huh? Sorry.
You're good.
I'm fucking processing.
You're good.
Oh god.
What's your what item loadout are you taking?
Oh, goody, the loadout stuff. Let's go check. Well, I usually like taking a light loadout. I don't think I'll need anything too crazy, hopefully.
All right. Light loadout from Doc Holly. How about you, Spark?
We're gonna go. We are gonna go actually light as well, since we've got that +2.
Right on.
That simplifies things a lot.
Morgan?
I am wanting to do god damn it, I clicked something on accident. I think I want to do I'm thinking medium or heavy, actually.
Really?
I'm trying to figure out which one. Yes. I'll do medium.
Okay.
Normal.
Normal
I
loadout.
mean, to be fair, it's not like we're trying to be seen in public by anyone during all this, so
Right.
it's not as huge of a concern.
Okay. And Faust.
So
What are you thinking on loadout, buddy?
Probably medium for myself as well.
Okay. There are 2 lights and 2 mediums. All right, time for the
I was gonna say
engagement
earlier.
roll. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say earlier for the special ammunition, you could just have your rifle shoot like tranq darts or something like that. You know.
it's not. I don't
If you're
think
trying to
we've
be
developed
non-lethal.
that, and that's not a thing I can bring. Yeah.
Oh, it's not
That's
a
the
thing you can
problem
do.
with
Okay.
that. I don't have that as an option. We would have
I
to
see.
make it.
I see.
That's why I was suggesting the electroplasmic, because I don't technically have a non-lethal version.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about it at the start before I swapped to Aesyr.
I see.
Let's answer some questions. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay. That's 1 die in your favor. Oh, you get an extra 1 for sheer luck. So you're at 2 now. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
It's like go in there and get
Yes.
the thing. Is
But
that
we
a
have
bad
to-
thing if it's
Nope.
complex?
we don't know much about the layout of the building itself, and one of the places we're going through might have a drug deal happening in it. We have a lot of, well, this might be happening while we're doing this part of the plan to it.
Yeah, there's basically, and
Like,
we
there's-
already know there's a weird security system. There's actually like a bunch of things we have to figure out on the spot. So
This is very much one where we have to.
yeah.
Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and take one of those die right back. Does this plan's detail...
Simple plans are better.
Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
I would say so.
Is his ego his weakest?
So we study the schedule, so like it's exploiting like the fact that like there's a certain part of the day where like he's just gone. He's a busy guy. Like he has a lot of spinning plates. He not only is he on the force, he spends time not lecturing but talking to people at the college, and has side hustles where he's doing shady stuff. Like the guy's supposedly never home, and we checked his schedule. Like he's usually gone all night. So.
And people put such a shocking amount of trust in their security systems, and it makes them relax. And I think that's cute. And not to mention, even Charter Hall, they think all of their lights and their guards on the bridges will keep out rats.
Okay.
It won't.
All right, I'm smelling what you guys are stepping in. I'll give you a die back for that.
Okay.
Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
Yes.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah,
The
they,
security
And a security system.
And I'm
They
going
do
to
have a
take that
security
die
system.
right back.
Okay.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Oh. Can we? Is that a thing we can declare now?
I guess so.
Because
You guys gathered all
we
your
could have.
information.
Yeah, we could have the choir not actively participate in the job, but be on the lookout on the street level. So if like we're gonna get discovered or something, they can like alert us in some kind of way.
or start making noise, causing a ruckus, get accused of loitering.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
something like that.
you know.
Yeah, literally
they'll-
just be seen so that the police are like, hey, get out of here, you kids, and then they just skedaddle, like literally at the first sign of trouble. But that's enough to be like, okay, I guess, whatever. Heck with you, guy. Get out
I'm
of
gonna
here.
smoke a cigarette somewhere else.
Yeah, and then and then it's just like that's the signal.
All right, I'll give you a die back for that.
Ooh, okay.
Are
Weaponize the
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said weaponize the orphans.
Weaponize the
yeah.
orphans. Next question: are any enemies or rivals interfering with the operation?
Ooh,
I don't know. Are they?
technically.
That's a great question. Why don't you tell us, Gil? Because we don't know.
Well, I mean, your guys' path of getting in, you guys are currently not in good favor with the Lamp Blacks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you're choosing to potentially go right underneath maybe their floorboards to be able to get in and out.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm gonna take that die right back again.
At least we're not in the negatives for dies, but then again, I guess the lowest you can have is 0.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, please.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know if you can have negative dice.
Are there any other elements that we could consider? I think you guys have kind of, for the most part, fleshed everything out.
Mhm.
I was going to ask one question because I realized just now. We didn't check to see if there were any like rooftops that I could take advantage of as Morrigan.
No, you didn't ask. But depending on your
Yeah.
engagement roll, that might be something we figure out along the way.
Yes. So
Okay.
outside of that, I have nothing to say. So
All right. So let's go ahead and do your 1D engagement roll.
Let's go.
Yeah. So mental note also for in the future: simple plans are better plans for engagement roll. We
And-
gotta keep that in mind.
And Simple Plan is a good
Yeah.
band.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't be
Oh my god.
perfect. All right, you guys got a
Oh,
partial
no.
success on your engagement.
Yo,
I'm sorry you
okay,
guys couldn't
well,
be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You know what?
Guys,
Get
this is
out.
a better engagement than we had last time.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, actually, we failed horribly last time, and I had to fix it. I had to make some old conservative man creeped out because I'm a whore. Lord Almighty.
This is
Every
true.
time, Ace.
Every fucking time. All right. So, partial success. Here's what I'm gonna say happens. You guys take the underground paths up to that particular little drug den area. This one right here. And you guys haven't.
Oh, is it?
There you go.
I was about to say, yeah, we don't see it.
So you guys do make your way here, and there's not a soul around.
Holy shit.
Yo.
So you
I
guys
don't
caught
like
your
that.
break there. You guys open up the trapdoor in the literal floor of this building, which you guys come up through, and you see that yes, it was maybe once a store, but you also see where there has been some foot traffic in this. So it's
Okay.
anything but abandoned.
Recent?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like you guys might have either just missed a drop, or the people who could have potentially been stationed here have maybe pissed off to do something.
Okay.
So you guys caught a break there, but that a partial success does not get you in the house.
Right.
So
Yeah, fair.
So this is the point where I will ask the four of you, where are you guys? As we open up the scene just outside of Raymond Perch's house.
To answer that question, I'd like to ask another question of my own. Is there any verticality to this building, and does the building we're trying to go into have any verticality to it?
So the building you're trying to get into is like a 2-story townhouse kind of deal.
2-story? Okay.
So there is some
And this
verticality
is-
there.
And this building, this abandoned building, is it a 2-story as well, or no?
It is not. It is a single
It is
story, very small former store of some sorts.
Not it's not particularly close, or is it close to the
You guys, this building is like a few streets away from where you are.
few streets away? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you will
okay.
have to do some like potential back alley running between there and the building you're going for.
Back alley it is. Then I guess that's our first thing, is we gotta kind of scurry across to get into the alley and then get to this guy's place.
Oh, I'm saying with your partial success, you made it through that area, and I'm kind of placing you guys somewhere outside of the vicinity of Raymond's house.
Oh,
So, like,
okay,
we're, like,
in
essentially,
that alley.
like, an eye
We're in that
view.
alley.
Yeah, you're within
Yeah.
eye view of the building. You're through the,
Like,
the alley stuff already.
Like some.
Oh, okay, so that's great.
Yeah, like somewhere like
even better than
around
I
this
thought.
area.
Okay.
I would like for where we're starting, right?
Uh-huh.
So I guess I should ask this really quickly. Who's actually good at being stealthy out of us? I can do it.
Yeah,
Morgan's
you're pretty
designed
much-
for that. I have a feeling
Cillian's-
Morgan's Cillian, but he's not here. So
But he's not here. Yeah, so
yeah, I was hoping you would pick him back up again, but girl can dream.
sorry.
It happens. It's fine.
So,
Deirdre and Maddy, what are your guys' prowl stats at?
no.
Yeah. So
She's good at
basically,
tinkering.
basically, the way that we can get around this is by avoiding having to be stealthy, by not setting things off.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yep.
Not being setting things off by stealthily getting around them.
yeah,
Well,
or tinkering our way through them, and
yeah.
that's
Disarming things, not, not going through places that are patrolled in the first place, avoiding certain areas.
Yeah. We've hopefully done, assuming he's not home, we've hopefully done all the stuff we need to already.
Right.
In
Exactly.
the engagement role. So, I would say Deirdre is outside of the window that Doc Holly would have told her about earlier, trying to get a look at the mechanisms at play here and see how much they match what she had tried to build, design, work out earlier when we were doing in the gathering information phase. Can I use a flashback actually to see if I was able to try to work out a bit how these things work?
Yeah, if you'd like to, we can take a flashback and you can maybe go through some catalogs or manuals or something.
Tinkering.
Right, like Security Monthly, because this is like people got advertised, right?
Sure.
Like,
could also be like-
comes back home, it's like, they've got these weird ass mechanisms, and I'm just like,
I
oh,
also-
that sounds like a pain in the ass.
It also might be something you might just already be familiar with because of your heritage too.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is taking a stress.
Yep. I'm gonna say this is a one stress flashback because it's relatively harmless. You're not putting yourself in a lot of danger by like reading some fucking books.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say this is a one stress flashback, and this is gonna require a roll for you to see if you can actually figure out what that is.
Okay. And would this be more on the tinkering side of things? Like finding a magazine's easy enough, but like I'd be applying my mechanical knowledge to it.
I would agree with that. Yeah, we can roll with that.
Sweet. Position controlled. I'm just reading a book, right?
For sure. Yeah. Controlled standard.
Fantastic.
Go ahead and roll. Wow!
Jesus.
Wow!
Big woof. How the fuck does
Big
boy
woof.
work?
You know,
How
I
the
see why you're
fuck this boy?
Really?
I see why you're a dropout now.
Yeah.
No.
Damn. Yeah. No idea. Like, it doesn't look any more clear in person either. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wait, so dang.
Yeah.
So that affects now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's the flashback affects now, so it doesn't give you any.
No.
I guess. Well, yeah. Dang.
Honestly,
Do we just abort? Do we what do we do here?
Well, I mean, we do, we do still have options. I can wing it.
So-
we also have one more tinker roll left as well.
Yes, we do still have one more tinker roll. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know if it's electronic in nature. I don't know if it's, just when you get down to it, fancy pins, but it does seem to be some type of alarm. So I could try to do some quiet wrecking, if you will.
Before you get to that,
Yep.
let's establish everybody else's position.
Everyone else's. Right.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say we don't know where anyone else is right now.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Go ahead if you kind of know where you're going to be.
So I have one of two ideas. Either on the ground with you guys, like surveying and trying to find a way in, or a rooftop being a scout. So it's, sniper. So I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm kind of open to either of those. Though with the way the locks seem like they're going, I think I might choose the house.
Yeah, you're a little bit better. Yeah, you're a bit better at skulking than we are.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna be at the house and planning to survey the house for like weaknesses. But let's establish positions first.
Yeah.
Da.
Actually, also too, Ace, can you send me a screen grab of my character? I thought I had a picture of it somewhere, but I don't.
Yes, I wish. That is not what I wanted to go, but yeah, I can get you one.
All right,
Okay, thank you
so
so much.
there's where Spark currently is. Who else has their position already figured out?
I feel like I would be near where Deirdre is, just because that's there are they're my way into the place, so I would be there probably.
It was hard to get a. Actually, I could try this one. I'm trying to get like a full screenshot of the thing, and it is not liking me. So
Oh,
you're gonna
no.
get two. You're gonna get two screenshots. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So Faust is pretty much right there with Spark. What about you, Morrigan or Doc Holly?
I already said I was gonna be with them.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
How about you, Doc?
God. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm like kind of I don't know what would be best, and I don't want to do something stupid.
I wouldn't worry about it so much.
I mean, honestly, we're all kind of just together. We're having a party, I guess. There's not like really anywhere else for any of us to go, unless like if you think you three.
I mean,
If
why
you
would
think
I
you
be
three will be
outside
fine.
like that? Oh, because that seems more suspicious if anything. The blue coats are constantly like patrolling around. And they just see a bitch outside. They're gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Oh, me?"
Sometimes you got bitches outside.
So I actually want to ask if do you three think you'll be fine without Morrigan in the house, or would you rather have Morrigan in the house?
Well, so we have walkie-talkies. Having somebody watching it outside is a very good idea.
I think I'm actually going to change my position to be on a nearby rooftop.
Okay.
Or on my way to getting to a nearby rooftop to be able to like be a scout and keep an eye out on things.
I can go ahead and put you on a rooftop, a nearby rooftop, just depending on which rooftop you'd like to be on.
I get to pick. Wow.
Part of the partial success.
True. Let's see. The one I am going to say. Is it just the green X or is that the entire block?
Just the green X.
It's just the green X? Okay. I think is the rooftop of this building flat?
Of the one that you're hitting?
Yes.
There's a slight slant to it.
Slight slant to it? Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna say just the right here. I think is a good spot. Okay. I was gonna say either there or here. I'm kind of torn between both, so I'm gonna say actually I'm gonna say here. Okay. Like just the roof of the building that it's attached to. And just like keeping low and like keeping an eye out and surveying and whatnot.
Alright. Very good. Alright. Everybody's in place. And we're gonna find out how they get through this job after a quick intermission.
Whee!
Timing.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we'll meet back here and get the dice rolling again at 10 till. Rid, what are you doing here?
Until.
He's listening to our fucking thing.
I always forget that it shows people in the audience if I don't like hide them. Grid, I'm taking you off the table. I'm sorry.
Bye-bye.
Vanished.
Vanished. Gone. Banished. I stuck him over on the counter. All right, so yeah, we'll meet back here at 10 till. I'll be back in a couple minutes and just kind of bullshit until everybody gets back, basically. All right,
Yeah.
I will catch you guys here shortly. All right. Perfect time for an intermission. Let's see. We can run back through the announcements again. Next Saturday is part 16 of my Pathfinder campaign, The Ring of Auroran. And it's also the last day that you can sign up to be in my one-shot that I'm running for the Never Going Home system. If you would like to sign up to potentially play in that, just head on over to the Project Open Table Discord and find the Terror in Tannenberg post in GMs for Players. Excuse me. I got a few people interested already. I got the minimum amount for to run the game, but still, sign up if you're interested. Because just because, like, you know, they're either the room's full or whatever, you don't know how GMs pick their players, so it's always good to just throw your hat in just in case. And that one shot in particular will that one shot will be ran on the following Saturday, which would be the 21st. I don't have any plans for the 28th right now because Mrs. Swamp Guy is getting a small surgery, small outpatient surgery done earlier that week, and so I don't know how she'll be feeling, so I'm not scheduling anything. But if she ends up feeling okay by the time that particular Saturday rolls around, then maybe I'll stream a video game or something, or just hang out in Project Open Table. I don't know. We'll see what happens then. But definitely next week, Pathfinder, episode 16, and then the weekend after that, Never Going Home. So that's for myself, and then for Project Open Table as a whole, next Tuesday, I think it's gonna be 7:30. Let me check the events ticker there real quick.
Me back.
Welcome back. Yes, so this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Ace here will actually be hosting another one of the bi-weekly studio sessions. So if you have some creative work that you want to work on, and maybe bounce some ideas off of fellow creatives, come in to the studio VC around that time. It's basically just a place for you to body double and work on stuff. Ace sometimes provides music. It's like a little chill, just kind of work on stuff together kind of setup. It's very kind of like round table, open floor kind of deal, so there's not really any structure or anything. So come hang out and do your work here. I know the first time that the studio sessions were running, I actually went in and started working on a piece of literature that I've been poked into writing. And I think I got like about 2,000 words done in the span of like an hour. Something in that ballpark.
What you writing about, Gil?
I can't. God, I wish I couldn't tell you.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's an idea that I will defend is very dumb, but as other people have poked back at me, there's no such thing as a dumb idea when it comes to writing.
Yep. I've written a lot of things. I agree.
Yeah. I'm not gonna divulge what it's about here.
Sure.
I will definitely tell you afterwards. But yeah, no, I got a pretty solid few pages done in an hour. So I don't know, maybe this Tuesday when I get out of class and join the studio sessions on Tuesday night, I'll continue working on, see me in real time write nonsense. Because I'm definitely not like a visual artistic type. Like I can't draw to save my
Yeah,
fucking...
who would do that? Who does the visual arts, honestly? That shit's boring.
Don't you do the visual arts though?
Yes. Sarcasm, my dear.
All right. It is 9:51. It sounds like Catfish is back, Ace is back, TV's back. Mopsy, are you back yet? Mopsy?
Oh Mopsy, wherefore art thou, Mopsy? first time I ever said something like that to my mom, she responded to me by like the first chunk of the monologue, just because she has that memorized.
But that shook you.
I wasn't expecting it. Especially after I said it to our cat named Romeo at the time.
Romeo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, you sure knew that.
Yeah. 16-year-old me was shocked.
I hate myself for saying this, but Romeo.
Oh god, that's really good.
Yeah, that is real. I don't know why you would say you hate yourself for that.
Oh
hate
no, that's
I hate
really
it.
good.
I hate it. I'll be leaving now, thank you.
That was a good session, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yep. TVHEADD.
Gonna go die in a hole.
Don't do that.
Oh.
Alright.
I'll message Moxie to see if she's back.
Okay.
Where's my phone?
I've just forgotten that she's muted.
Yeah, she might have forgotten she's muted. Who knows?
It happens.
It does.
It do. I do that a lot.
I'm very guilty of that. Yeah, I was gonna say you and me both.
Alright. Let's see. I did my announcements. Okay. We will go ahead and continue. We're just still trying to figure everything out as far as like you guys getting into the building. Nothing crazy's happening at the moment, hopefully, but we'll find out now. So everybody's in their positions. Spark failed to figure out what the hell is going on with these locks, or not these locks, these security measures. So with that, who would like to act next?
Oh, well, since I'm like the only separate one, I guess I could do something while we're waiting for Moxie to get back. I mean, since I'm up there for surveillance, can I survey?
Yeah,
See if there's anything notable.
Anybody moving around inside? Like,
I mean, yeah, just like surveillance, just a general surveillance check.
Yeah, you can run that.
What is
position's risky. You're starting in a risky position due to your engagement role. And I'll say standard for the.
Wow. Reposition of my chair. I'm not used to this new chair at all. Still. Partial success.
Partial success. I will say that as you're looking around, you spot like a couple people who are walking like a good distance away from where you guys are currently kind of huddled up. So you don't have anybody interfering at the moment. What I will say is that I'd say probably in like this ballpark. I don't even have the right highlighted. In this ballpark over here, you can see a couple blue coats who
got it.
are just kind of like standing, who are like talking to each other right underneath like that electric tower that's right here.
Cool. Am I allowed to mark the map?
You should be able to if you click the drawing tools button, unless I have that turned off to where you can't do that.
We'll find out. Where can you ping it again? Real quick, where it was?
Yeah, they're like right around like this.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, I can do it. I know where it is. I can figure it out from here. Thank you.
I mean, you can leave that. That's good enough.
My OCD compels me, Gil. This is. Go ahead.
If you keep the drawing tools options open and then you click the very top part where it's like those brackets,
You can select them. Oh,
yeah,
that's
and then
so
you can double
lovely.
click on it. You can change the color. You can change, like, give it outlines,
Oh
whatever you
my
want to do.
God. Oh, that's so. You're a godsend. Thank you.
All right. So,
Oh,
Morgan has clocked some people kind of just walking around, but also some blue coats. Spark and Faust, is there anything that you guys would like to do? Or Doc Holly, if you're back yet.
Mopsy is back. I
okay.
asked her. She just didn't want to interrupt.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to. I have a thing for my character that's called foresight.
Okay.
2 times per score, you can assist a teammate without paying stress. Tells how you prepared for this. So, I want to assist Spark doing doing like a try again. And in the way I'm helping them is like, I took a look at the things that you mentioned as well. You know, here's my input on that. You know, and if it'll help my case more, I can do a flashback for that. But that's kind of what foresight is.
Yeah, you can do some like coaching or something, like throwing in some possible ideas while they're working.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, maybe I brought like a little tool, small little pocket tool to kind of help out.
Yeah, be like an extra
But
set
yeah,
of
I'm
hands.
assisting. Yeah, exactly. Just purely just assisting them if they can do a try again. If they're not able to do a try again, then I'll do something else.
I would
But
say they can't do a try again to flashback and remember and like research it, but they can use your assist on potentially cracking this thing.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just gonna
doing
wing
it
together.
live.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Just like
Mhm.
live, like the electric tower. I think that's a good omen.
By the way,
mm.
real quick, can I say that I radioed and that I saw those blue coats just so that they're aware?
Yes, because you guys have radios.
Yeah, I did that.
Hey.
Just like, oh, right, still getting used to that. Deirdre flinches,
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah, so you are all
Cheers,
aware of the blue coats that are not very far away.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. Spark, you ready to do this thing?
Yeah, we're gonna do this thing. So it's like, okay, we've looked at the mechanism. No idea how it really works, but I'm going to. And so this isn't as much a thing that we can necessarily finesse by poking through some cracks. So we're gonna try something a little bit riskier. But I think we've got this, Asher. I think we've got this. You know, looking at the electrical tower shining in the distance, you know, Deirdre gets an idea. She's gonna pull out her fine wrecking tools.
Okay.
A specialized set of tools for sabotage and destruction includes such things as a small, powerful drill, a mallet and steel spikes, a pry bar, an electroplasmic battery, clamps, wire, vials of acid, spark torch cutter, and a fuel tank. Well, you know, Deirdre's sort of an educated sort. She knows that a lot of batteries function on an ionic distribution through acid. That's the reason why they call it battery acid.
Okay.
So she's going to use the acid, she's going to use the vials of acid she has, along with her wires and clamps, to attempt to overcharge her electroplasmic battery while after strapping it up on the door near where she knows the mechanism is from looking at it through the window. And she's going to try to overload it.
So short it out.
Yeah, short it out completely.
So you're shorting out. So where you guys are is the window in question.
Okay.
The door is like on this upper side.
Yes.
Okay. So you're doing the mechanism on the window or the door? I think you.
Are they the same mechanism?
No.
They are not the same mechanism.
Yes.
It's
There's
not tied into
multiple.
one system.
We don't really know. It's kind of part of the problem.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of part of the problem.
But
Okay.
there are two separate mechanisms, one for the window and one for the door.
Right.
I think that's where
Well-
my confusion came from, is are you overloading the one on the window or the one on the door? Because if you're doing the one on the door, you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah, Deirdre will want to do it on the one on the door, so she's gotten a better look at that one, just due to the angle. And glass is a pretty good insulator when it comes to electricity.
Fair enough. Yeah.
All right, so I will move you then where the door is, since you're going to go and
Yes.
work on that one.
Yes.
That's good. Mark.
Right.
All right.
And I'll probably be with them since I'm coaching them.
Yes.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da. Okay. All right. Any other modifiers you'd like to do to bolster this roll?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna take some stress. This is a very stressful situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So that brings you up to plus 2d on top of your regular roll,
All right.
because the aid and the
Yes.
pushing yourself.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Come on, crit.
Yeah, we're gonna go with. We're gonna call this ad hoc battery overload.
I'm going to also, I didn't mention position and effect. Because you're using your fine tools, this will have greater effect. Because that you are trying to do something to a mechanism that you have no knowledge of, and therefore greatly increase the risk of potentially setting it off, I'm giving you a desperate position.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see it.
See the magic.
Let's see the magic.
Holy fuck. A lot of dice.
Let's go.
All right.
Add +2 on top of my 3. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a lot.
You
My
rolled 5
God.
dice.
I mean, it was worth it because that last die was the one that gave you the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what happens is you begin to try to do your little overload magic, and you can faintly from outside the door, you can hear a slight little zzz, and no alarm goes off.
Just a big wheezing sigh of relief. Just
All right.
Never had any doubt.
So you've solved one problem so far. What's the next move, you guys? Doc Holly, is there anything that you would like to do in this situation, or anybody else?
Holly, I'm too stressed. Can you pick the lock?
Ugh. Okay.
I'm shaking right now.
Just like Faust is just basically like just holding a car battery.
It's like, yeah, just hang on to this. Don't let any of that drip on you.
Okay. So picking the lock, oh boy, my favorite thing to do.
That'll be a tinker.
Yes.
It is no
You're gonna
longer
hear the-
electrified.
Mom, that takes
Yeah.
out all the fun.
All right.
You can have that fun. I'm happy on my building.
Because the security system was removed, I'm gonna move this back up to risky, and you'll have standard effect for picking the lock. Unless you have like special tools that will increase your.
Let's find out.
We have fine tinkering tools that we typically use for this sort of thing, as whatever that leeches.
Yeah, I have fine tinkering tools, so I can use that, right?
I'll say in this instance you can. I know that some playbooks often give you like fine I think one of them gives you fine lock pick. But since you're tinkering to get this done, then yeah, I'll say that the tinker tools will move your effect to greater.
I forgot
Okay,
we got.
so the effect is great effect,
Yep, great effect, risky position.
and then +0.
Right, unless you want to push yourself or Take a devil's
I
bargain.
already took more stress earlier. I ain't taking any more. Roll.
Oh, well,
Right.
it's a yes.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Partial success. Okay, so you do get the lock picked. What I will say though is that in order for you to do it, you had to break the lock.
Right.
So there's gonna be signs that somebody was in here.
I'm sure the missing hand will give that away too, honestly.
Yeah,
I know.
Wow.
we'll see how it plays out. But all in all, you do get the lock picked, and the front door is now unlocked.
Given the amount of security systems, I'm saying this for all of you, survey to your heart's content, please.
No, I say we run in blindly and
The
just,
first mission when I had a gun instinct and was like, can I check for a trap? That vault was bombed. So please.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be fine. Famous last words.
All right, so I'm assuming the three of you just kind of file in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get off the street, close the door behind us.
Very fun.
Okay, Morrigan, we're inside.
She's gonna hear like a crack on the thing, and she's gonna be like, "Have more confidence in yourself, child."
All right.
Over.
The three of you walk into this townhouse, and the first thing you see is Raymond's living room, which is very unnervingly cleaned and organized.
Reminds me of my place.
Yeah,
That's
like
like-
Faust. This kind of like puts you in the mindset that you like to be in, of having everything perfectly in its place. Like this is your level, if not maybe exceeds your level of tidy and everything where it should be.
You know,
Yeah, he
him
does-
picking the hand makes that so much more concerning.
Yeah. So he does this sort of like hand near his face, sort of like touching his fingertips to each other, sort of stimming, sort of almost motion where like you could tell he's thinking, and he says out loud, "Now, if I were a severed hand, where would I be?"
Also, your guys' current view, there's the living room. You can see that a little bit to the right and back of where you guys are, there is a kitchen area with a small table and a single chair, where you would assume is where he like
Right.
whatever.
Alright.
And then kind of in the middle towards the back, you see a set of stairs that goes up and then winds back around to leave.
Right. Are we in like rounds? Do we have like sort of an initiative just to keep track of like who's going next, or who should go next, or is it just more free form than that?
It's a little more freeform than that. I will say
Okay.
that since Morrigan did the thing first, and then the three of you kind of did your things. So,
Well, they also did the locks before that too.
Right,
Like
yeah.
the flashback and then that location. Yeah. Okay.
so then what we can do then is we can just reset, and we can do an order, and we can go left to right or right to left, whatever you guys would want to do. Just so
Yeah,
that we
just so
can
that-
that way we know everybody gets a chance to do whatever they want.
Exactly. I didn't want
right.
to shut anybody out.
Yeah, let's do right to left this time.
Yeah, let's mix it up.
Yeah.
Faust,
Okay.
what's your plan?
He says, if I was a severed hand, what would I be? I would think he's probably not going to put it near the front door where, just anybody who walks in could get to his thing. If I'm him, I'm putting my most prized possessions in like a private place away from prying eyes, second floor, near personal things, maybe near where he sleeps. That's what I'm thinking. Can I go to the second story, and would you say it's feasible to use study to sort of get into the mind of this guy and be like, where, if I were to put something valuable that I didn't want anybody to find, because you don't want anybody to find your spare severed hand just lying around, where would I put this kind of thing? Could I do that?
Yeah, you know what? I'll take that. That sounds fine.
It's a study roll, you said?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
What's that?
I was asking, since I'm rolling for you, I was asking what it was.
Yes, please study.
Is it just 0 risky standard?
Yeah, 0 risky standard. Unless Faust would like to do anything to change it.
No, I don't really have anything that could modify that. I don't think.
I mean, I have your sheet open so I can look real quick.
Yeah. Not really. No equipment that I can think of that would be like especially useful for recovering.
I really
But
wish
yeah.
I wish I could share my screen to you because that would make looking at your character sheet so much easier.
Well, these screen grabs you did are super helpful. I'm looking at those.
Yeah.
Push yourself, Devil's Bargain, anything like that.
It's a little early in the heist, just in case. I already spent 2, so I'm gonna. Yeah. I feel like it's low stakes enough that if I fail, I can just try again. You know, it's like I haven't found it. Let me study a little harder.
I will say that this would be like the extent of it, because the way that the
Oh.
action rolls are supposed to work is that when you do the thing, it's like it's the culmination of all of your your attempts, and
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Well, within that.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was pretty much it.
So, well, then within that context, then in that case, since this is probably going to be my one shot at it, then, I think I will then push myself to get. Is it worth it to push yourself to get a better? What is it?
Effect.
It's the yeah. The other one besides the 1D.
Yeah, there's modifier and effect, and I think something else.
Position.
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 And effect.
Position.
I guess position would be good.
Well, that would mean like how dangerous it is.
Oh no effect.
If you're wanting to like get a better result, it would be effect.
Effect then.
Okay.
It's like better result for effect. How bad the failure is for position.
Right. If I fail on this, I don't want it to be like catastrophic. Like, well, you just just got shit all over the place.
Stop pooping everywhere, Faust.
Yeah.
So how much stress is it to push yourself again? Can
2.
you remind me?
2.
Cool. So we're gonna do 2, and then we are gonna the roll thing disappeared. How rude. Study. And it is going to be a +1D, and then no, it's not.
Nope, no die.
No.
Effect is great. That's the difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
It's a great effect. So if I pass this, it's good.
I don't know why it says it under my name, by the way. I am on your character sheet.
Oh, did I do bad?
Critical fail.
Well, I'm glad I took the better effect. Because now it's upgraded, right?
Double ones is a crit fail.
So no matter what?
Yeah. Yeah, no matter what. If you roll snake eyes, that is.
What the hell?
Oof. Yeah. No, that's rough.
What? Man.
So okay.
Okay, so what happens?
You know what? I got it. You, as you're kind of like looking around, trying to figure out, okay, wait, where would it be? Trying to get into this dude's mind. You keep looking back across everything in this room and seeing how damn near, if not completely perfect, everything is set. You kind of start to think that it rivals your own. Like, this guy has his shit put together better than you do. And you're the one who normally prides themselves on having their shit put together very, very well. Yeah. And you kind of start to focus on that a little bit too hard. I'm going to say that this critical failure is going to cost you what would be your next turn.
Okay, an entire turn? I'll do that.
Yeah, an entire turn for you to just sit there and obsess over like how everything is just like perfection.
Yeah, not only is it too clean, it's like disturbingly clean, and then also like I'm just kind of getting in my own head about it, and I'm just like, yeah, what? Who is? I mean, who is this guy? Like, who is even like this? Like, nobody's like this. Like even I'm a little like the equivalent of even I'm grossed out, but like for someone looking at someone else's place and being like, this is guy's a serial killer. Like,
Yeah.
There you go. That's a perfect rabbit hole to dive down.
yeah. Like, so he's just sitting there, just overthinking it for just way too long than
Yeah.
he
He
should.
pours the milk in first, and like,
Oh no. So yeah, so when we complete this quote round of actions, then we will just skip
I'm just
your
gonna,
next one.
yeah. That's
Okay.
fine for me.
All right.
Oh, okay. I was worried it was gonna be worse.
No, because you were kind of doing something relatively tame.
Yeah, like you weren't like fidgeting with anything. You were just looking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So low risk, low
You can't
reward.
fuck that up too much.
Yeah.
Low risk, low reward. Cool.
Okay. Morrigan.
Hey, what does outside look like right now?
Right now,
I'm surveying again, I guess.
you know what? I'll say that you don't have to this time. Because as you're out there kind of providing overwatch and being lookout, you see that the two blue coats who were congregating kind of right there are splitting off, and one of them is starting to walk like up in this direction.
Okay, we're gonna just
Ah!
no, ma'am. My OCD will not allow that. Okay. Where was that one?
He's kind of walking over in this direction up here. One of them.
It's being a nightmare. Don't fucking move. There we go. Cool.
And
Thank you.
the other one is proceeding this way.
Okay. Make sure I have the right tool.
Now, it doesn't seem like they've noticed you yet, but they are getting closer to where you are positioned.
Gotcha. So I think I am interested in being a little bit of a diversion here.
Okay.
How can I use my trained hunting pet? Because I haven't used it since like the first
Oh.
session.
So your
like,
trained hunting pet is basically another cohort. Let me.
I think we actually made him a thing. Like I think he has he was built. I just used him like once.
Yeah, I'm trying
King.
to remember.
It's like a bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a hound.
It was a crow.
Hound items, trained hunting pet. Yeah, your animal companion obeys your commands and anticipates your actions. Cohort expert hunter. So yeah, so basically they get +1 die to their hunt roll. So they don't roll 0, they roll 1. So at least they're not rolling 2 and taking the look.
So I would like to have them.
But they do only get that bonus towards the hunt ability, I believe. Let me look into the cohorts again while you.
The thing I'm wanting to do essentially is I'm wanting to use the crow as a diversion. So I'm gonna have to close my thing for a second since he's heading towards us.
Yep.
I would like to make a how do you click on things again? I forget. Just normally.
Oh, the little brackets thing up at the top, just off
So,
to
yeah.
the right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he's heading towards us, right?
Yes.
I want to essentially make it to where my crow does a diversion that's loud enough for him to hear. Like maybe right here. Like essentially have the crow lead him away from us and to towards start to lead him towards this direction essentially.
Okay.
Just be a nuisance essentially.
Gotcha. Okay, and also their expertise, it just records their expert's type. It doesn't have anything to do with action. So they get 1 die on whatever you want them to roll.
Gotcha. Well, I'll be rolling hunt.
Okay, so
I don't know. How would I do it as them though? Is the problem.
So you click the dice roll button on the left-hand side of the screen.
Dice roll button on the left side of
So on the left side
One
where it's got all
second.
those boxes, there should be one at the very bottom that has.
Yes. I see.
Click that and just do
And-
fortune and do number of die 1d.
1D.
Yep.
Okay. 3.
Failure. So
What the hell?
Lovely.
So what's going to happen is that your bird's going to swoop down and kind of pester him to get him to, the blue coat to follow, and the blue coat is going to take out his baton and basically just like swipe at it to get it to go away. And then once King flies off, he just kind of like looks around, like where the fuck did that bird come from? So now he's not approaching you anymore, but he is now actively looking around to see if anybody else saw that bird that just came down and fucked with him.
Yeah.
Spark, what's your next move?
Okay, so we're in here and we are looking for a hand. That Faust seems to be kind of caught up with how things are going down here.
I went upstairs.
Oh, you went upstairs and you're obsessing on your own. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Disassociating for a minute.
It happens.
You know, it's probably not going to be good evidence if it's rotting. I'm going to check his refrigerator and freezer.
Perfect methodology. Perfect pathology.
Right.
I'm nervous to find what's in this man's fucking freezer.
You open his freezer and it is it's pretty much just like a small bit of like mushrooms that's like on the top shelf, and something that you haven't seen in quite a while, because typically people who have this have money. A jar of mustard.
Wow. Look at me.
Damn.
I got a jar of mustard. Fancy
Whoa.
pants.
No hand, unfortunately.
Well, I'm going to take the mustard.
Taking a man's mustard. Whoa.
This
We
guy.
are living the thieving life.
Imagine we just steal a bunch of random other little shit that makes it seem like that's what we stole.
Taking the mustard. All right, what about the refrigerator?
What about the refrigerator? What are you looking to try to do?
I'd like to check in there for a hand. It's like, okay, no, maybe he didn't put it in the freezer so it's not deal with, cell crystallization. We don't want any of that. So
Yeah, the rest of the fridge for the most part is barren, actually.
oh,
For someone who keeps a well put together house, he doesn't have a lot of food in the fridge.
yeah, well, fuck this guy. I'm taking his mustard then. Like,
All blue coats are bastards.
yep.
Blue coats
Yeah.
are bastards. All right. Is there any particular action that you want to do for pretty much anything?
In
Ebab.
that case, I'm going to since Faust went up, went upstairs, and I don't know that he's having a breakdown right now. I'll leave the upper floor to him, and I'm gonna start searching around, hunting around the bottom floor for like anything, like maybe. Oh, you know what? No. I want to try to look and see if I can figure out how all of these alarms in here are wired, because if I can follow the wiring, I might be able to find a vault or a safe that is similarly wired.
Good.
Like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
That, I guess, a hunt or a study.
I'd probably lean closer to study, maybe.
All right.
Study, since you're looking at it.
Yeah. Going to follow the path of
Hunt
the
is
wiring.
Hunt is more of like a living creature, and you're shooting.
Yeah.
That's
Nom,
not
nom, nom,
the
nom,
thing.
nom.
Yeah,
Yum.
Hunt's my main stat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Hunt,
I'm
survey,
gonna
and
say that you're in a
prowl.
controlled position for standard effect.
Sweet.
Again, not really doing anything crazy. You're just
Yeah.
looking at wires.
That works. Cool beans. And we'll just roll. Dang.
Damn.
No. Nothing. 3. Partial failure.
Whoever wired this
hell?
system up has created basically a rat's nest of wiring that you kind of see like the wiring work itself is shoddy, but then once all the other wires start to converge, it's just a mess.
Man.
Yeah, unfortunately, no lead
Definitely
there either.
If the man's house looks like this, he did not set this system up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I know damn well he just covers it because he knows he can't fix it. There's probably a painting on front of it. I know my
Yeah.
own.
He's got like rugs or like a little thing to cover it, a little cover. Yeah, it's embarrassing that they left it like this.
Doc Holly, you're up. Anything that you would like to do?
Wow. Is there a basement in this house?
You didn't look through the blueprints, so I guess you wouldn't know if there was a basement. There
Damn.
doesn't seem to be a door in the main area that would lead down to a basement.
Well, that's the
Is there
only
any
place I could
doors?
think where the cryo chamber where they're keeping the severed hand would be, but I guess this is like Disneyland after all. Oh well.
I forgot about that. Oh, that's fucking great. I will say, as someone who's not in the house, is there a alarm system outside of a door that should not have an alarm system? Like it looks like a closet. Someone else can say that. I don't know. I'm not in the house. I'm currently sicking my bird to attack a man.
Yeah, I think you're kind of focused on that at the moment.
I know. That's why I'm saying someone else who is in the house should ask that. Please.
Is there a door in the house that looks like it would almost lead to a closet, but it for some reason has a security system outside? There. Problem solved.
Well, I think Spark's attempt to try to follow the wires, if there was such a thing, could have led to that. But right now, the only alarms that you were able to see were the ones on the windows and the front door.
Okay. That doesn't mean other doors aren't alarms on them. English is a stupid language. I hate it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Can you copy and paste these little things, by the way, in Boundary?
I don't think
I don't
so.
want to do it. This is the worst day ever.
Yeah. Mopsy, what's your backup plan?
I didn't think this far. I'm being honest. I didn't think of a backup plan.
Oh
any
god, does he keep it in the
suggestions?
bathroom?
Ew! No, I'm not going to the bathroom to look. Yeah, right.
You hear that radio thing? Coward.
How weird that house looks so clean. I know you'll find something weird in the bathroom.
Or you're about to see the most beautifully clean bathroom in your life. One of the two. It's either going to be like, what the fuck is this? Or why is it this clean? Like, there's not even a stain. Or... But yeah.
All right. If you were in a house looking for a hand, what would you do?
Check the bedroom.
You want to go upstairs?
But not the
Potentially?
bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would someone put a severed hand in their bathroom?
Why would they put a separate hand in their bedroom?
For freaky
Why would they
sex
put a severed
things.
hand anywhere in their house?
Where do people usually hide things of value to them? In their bedroom?
So I was saying.
Normal people, yeah.
No, they're not in the bathroom.
I don't know. The man
Weird.
has a severed hand. I don't think there's a fucking normal. This is not a normal case.
So the bedroom, based on general knowledge of how a townhouse works, bedroom would definitely be on the upper floor. If you're proceeding that way, you'd walk up the stairs and you'd round it, and you would see Faust kind of just like stuck, like a bunch of like maybe muttering to himself or something.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna even acknowledge that. I'm just gonna
Yuck.
let them have their own little existential crisis.
But you do go upstairs and you see that there are 3 doors. One of them is partially ajar, and you see that it is like the main bathroom.
The bathroom's coming back to haunt me.
Calling you.
So yeah, you've got a door that looks like it would lead into a bigger room on the northern side of the townhouse, and then a door that would kind of a smaller room towards the south of it.
I think I'll go towards the bigger room, thank you.
Good idea. You open the door, and there is it does look like the master bedroom. Once again, everything is perfectly in its place, very clean. Even the bed is made with near perfection. See a couple of paintings on the wall, and they look pretty pricey, honestly. And outside of that, there's not really a whole lot to note. Outside of the paintings, this dude doesn't really keep a lot of what looks like trinkets or anything. So what's your action now that you're in the bedroom?
Oh god, maybe. I guess would I have to roll to survey to like look around the room?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, then let's do that.
Let's do that.
Roll to like look around, because you never know. Weirdo probably got something somewhere.
Controlled standard.
All right, I have no points in survey. It's
Yeah.
You have
If
study?
you feel you don't see shit.
okay. Like,
Or study.
wait.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not able to properly scan the room for anything that would be out of place.
No cryogenic freezing chamber in here either.
No cryogenic freezing chamber for you in there. Faust, you're still dealing with your little breakdown in the hallway.
Right.
As per your
This is my
critical
skip
fail.
turn.
Yep. Morrigan,
Nah.
that blue coat is still out there looking around, open to
like a PC issue or something, or the app itself.
yeah, there might need to be an update. But anyways, we are back again. Sorry.
Yay.
All right. I'm gonna say that you're not gonna need a survey roll to figure this out, because you there's a couple of like lampposts around. Those could be like a good thing to shoot at if you're wanting to cause a distraction. Obviously, there's a bunch of windows into other buildings. There's a crate in that particular alley where the blue coat is. So you have a few options.
If I do a quick glance of looking everywhere else around, do I see like just a blue coat? Like not like in detail, but like if I just look quickly, do I see any more blue coats? Like
In
just
this current
obviously-
moment, no.
Cool. Great. So here's what I want to do.
Okay.
So I actually want to start having Morrigan move. So she's gonna start running across rooftops and try to get to somewhere like maybe here. Well, not there. 1 second. I realized I was on the wrong thing. So not there. So essentially, I'm gonna move. There's one of 2 ways I want to go about doing this. Either, God, what is it? Okay, so in the Hound playbook, there's a thing called an unusual weapon. We talked about with the ammunition how there really isn't one. Could I actually just make the unusual weapon like different types of strange ammo? like something that's more eccentric.
Get out of my
You can also make the unusual weapon a dart
Gosh,
gun.
I've always wanted to say that. But
I
please,
would love to.
don't go.
Morrigan's a very talented
really
sniper,
lonely.
but I don't know how well she would be able to shoot a dart gun from the top of the building to a guy on the ground.
Before you continue, we did get a raid from Plum. Thank you so much.
Yo,
It's good to see you.
nice.
How's it going? It's been a minute. Thank you for raiding. If
Hell
you're new here,
yeah.
I'm Gil Swamp Guy. I run TTRPGs on Saturdays, mostly through people from Project Open Table, which is the Discord community I made for safer TTRPG play in the online space. Of
Not the
course, we
ad
go
break.
right with an ad break as soon as I start talking. But
No.
here, I'm just gonna do the command. If you're not,
I was already doing it, bitch.
well, I already did it. And also, thank you for giving the shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you.
Ads my detested.
Yes. Oh look, you're back. Great. Yes, thank you again for the raid. We're playing Blades in the Dark. It's part 5 of my campaign we got going on, and they're currently trying to find a stolen hand. So we're gonna see how well that pans out. Morrigan, what is your plan for getting across the rooftops?
Well, running across them.
Okay.
I don't know, like.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're just gonna take off in a sprint. You're gonna be a little sneaky about it. What's your plan?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I
will
will
try to jump across the little gap there to a different rooftop somewhere else. A couple things you can do.
Are you Naruto running? Like,
you are expecting this old 80-year-old woman to be Naruto running?
She's 80?
She
I
call
didn't
it-
know she's that old.
She's old. She's retired at the very
Oh,
least.
okay.
Woman's former, like a retired military sniper.
she got that old lady strength.
She's got that old lady strength.
Pavlichenko.
She may be old, but those are muscles under all those wrinkles. Okay, so I guess what I want to do changes depending on the answer to the question of if I wanted to use an unusual weapon and just categorize it as like a different type of ammo, like a sleep dart, like we mentioned. Like, would that work?
I would say
Well, I
that
think-
maybe there would be like a flashback that happens on how you acquired it. Because it's not part of your regular kit.
That's fair. So it would not be an unusual weapon. Got it.
On that other heist, also, if you remember, we said maybe not some crazy thing, but like maybe a hand crossbow with a sleepy dart, or an arrow with sleep stuff on it.
Yeah, because like in my mind, unusual weapon means like something that not everybody, or not something that's not really common to Duskfall.
What about a crossbow that I can attach a spyglass to?
I'd say that's
Would that
pretty
be an
unusual.
unusual? Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I think I want to use that. With where I'm at currently, you're right. I'm gonna have to roll. I accidentally closed my sheet. I'm silly like that. Okay. So with that, I think I'm gonna stealthily move across to, or at least get into a better position to get a clear line of sight of them.
Mhm.
Or do you think I have a good line of sight of them, or is there like anything in the way?
I would say
It's hard to.
that from the general area where you are, you could probably like peek and get a decent shot at him.
Mm-hmm. So, how much does the flashback cost?
Depends on how complex the flashback is.
Okay. I went and bought this crossbow. So, I mean, does that a flashback, or is it just I have that?
No, that's your
Like,
unusual weapon. You have the crossbow.
Okay, cool. Cool, just confirming that, just to be fine. Okay, so, I guess if I peek, if I have a good shot to where I can just shoot him, I think I would like to just, like, peek and shoot him.
Okay.
I figured, like, a reposition would be better, but I guess not. And I actually Is it like an extreme distance or is it like a reasonable distance?
It's reasonable. I'll say it's reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the motherfucker.
All right. And what action are you using to shoot with a crossbow?
Hunt.
Okay.
It's not even a question. It's the shooting. It's
Yeah.
the entire thing.
Right. I'm gonna say that your position is risky for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that this is going to be for standard effect. You're shooting a guy with a crossbow.
Yeah. I am going to pushing yourself is 2 stress.
Yes.
I'm going to do that, and I'm going to give myself an additional dice.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see what happens.
Risky standard. I misspelled the word. Cool. I like having messages with them.
Partial success. Okay.
Partial success, Mark.
All right. Sleepy time. Oh. What were you using for the? Oh, do you already have the
unusual crossbow? You said it's an unusual weapon, so I should have it.
Yeah, for the crossbow, not the ammo.
Wouldn't that also be part of the
ammo?
If it's a crossbow,
getting the ammo would well.
We didn't do that the last time.
That's that's fair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Partial success. Here's what I'm gonna say is what's gonna happen. You are gonna hit him and you are gonna sleep him. That's bar none. That's exactly what's gonna happen. However, before he goes down, he is going to be able to trace where the shot came from, and he is going to see you. And he is going to give a very weak blow on his whistle before he slips into unconsciousness.
Of course.
So
that
boy.
So yeah, so you do get him, but he sends off a kind of weak alert, and we'll see if that has any effects later.
It's a great thing that we're disguised as the Lamplacks.
Spark.
Okay, so nothing in the fridge, nothing in the freezer. We took his fucking mustard. Oh, right. I mean, I got everything I came here for. I'm leaving. No, just kidding. I knew we'd have mustard. No, okay. So the others are upstairs still.
Mm-hmm.
The electrical is a fucking mess. Can't tell anything from that. Let's see. I think I might. So, the thing about perfection and keeping a perfectly, fastidiously put together home is that anything that looks almost accidental or like it had to be there because it served a particular function is going to seem out of place. And that's what Spark's going to be looking for. You know, an unevenly spaced picture on a wall that might be hiding something, or like, oh, there's like 3 candles on the up on the ledge above the fireplace, but like they're not evenly spaced. It just seems like the kind of guy would have everything in 3s.
Okay.
And shit.
Okay, I'm smelling what you're stepping in. What are you going to use to try to suss that out?
I think I am going to use study, and I'm going to push myself.
Okay.
For an extra die.
All right, 2 stress. Anything else that you'd like to do before to modify this roll? I'm going to say once again, this is going to be controlled standard. You're not really tinkering with anything or fighting anybody.
Nope. I don't think there's anything I can. Oh, you know, you know what? Fine tinkering tools includes measuring devices.
Very good. Okay.
So
Perfect.
I'm not just eyeballing
Perfect.
this shit. I am really, really looking out, really studying here.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
in there.
All right, let's give you that greater effect then. Comfortable,
effect.
controlled, and greater effect. All right, let's see it happen.
Come on.
Right.
You guys need a win here.
Yeah, we've been rolling like shit all night.
And it's keeping
Partial
up.
success.
Partial success.
Lord.
All right,
Well, better than a sharp stick in the eye.
you go around the living room measuring things, and you notice that the rug that is center to the living room isn't exactly perfect. It's about it's about half an inch off of center of the living room. However, when you go to potentially tug on the rug or move it in any sort of way, it's like it's affixed there.
Oh.
Something is keeping that in place, and it's not just like those little tape strips that you put underneath a rug to like hold
Keep
it
it
to the
from
floor
slipping.
better. Yeah, it's not that. It's something
like-
a little bit more beefy.
Might be like actually nailed in. Or
Um,
something. Like, are there like is it like affixed on the corners when I tug on it, or?
It is you can't honestly, through all your studying, it doesn't seem like there's no visible sign of something holding it there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what you
Do
get.
you indicate any of this?
I'm going to call in on our stranger comms.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think there's something suspicious about the rug. You guys get down here. I can't move it. Get down here and help me.
All right. Doc
So-
Holly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I had a thing. But it potentially involves Doc. You're really good at study, or well, I guess obviously at tinkering, right?
For Mopsy.
Yeah.
Doc. Yeah. Okay. So can I assist for free? Because I have one more assist for free. To maybe like a tinker roll for Doc to discover the mechanism that opens this, because I have a theory, kind of getting inside this guy's head, that this is it's affixed to a door, and there is some kind of thing that opens that door. So running on that theory, he's gonna try and coach through. The mechanism would have to be like this. It would probably be like this. That's how I would do it. And then hopefully that can get them to like open and open a mechanism that does this. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws.
Yeah, Doc Holly, what do you want to do?
Well, I believe first I would have to get into the proper position, because I can't just teleport there, as much as we all wish we could just snap our fingers and
Girl.
be where we
Right.
need to be.
Go downstairs.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go downstairs, and I guess I will do that tinker roll for that mechanism.
Yeah, for how this is affixed to the floor.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be risky standard, because now you're messing with something, and you're not entirely
Plus
sure.
0.
Hmm?
Plus 0.
Yeah, unless you want to push yourself or take a devil's bargain.
Oh, thank you.
Do I get the assist on them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. You get the assist, so you do get 1 die.
One die, and then if you want to push yourself, you can.
Oh, thank you.
Or if you have fine tinkering tools, does that help?
It would increase the effect.
Oh no, it makes the
Yeah.
I do
increase the
have
effect.
fine
Okay,
tinkering
okay.
tools.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to use those, then we'll
Okay.
say it's risky greater.
With an additional dice.
Yep, with an additional dice.
That's pretty good. I take those odds.
A
Hooray!
partial success. Okay. So you start getting start tinkering with this rug, which only feels like a rug from the plushness on top. As you kind of start working with it a little more, it feels like a solid piece. Like it doesn't feel like the stuff underneath the plush on top is, you know, like cloth material. It looks like somebody had like upholstered like a piece of wood or iron potentially, to look like a rug, and that is
wow.
set into the floor. So as you're prying around, you feel that there is some sort of latch system, but your tools aren't able to exactly pick it to get it to open on its own. It is connected to something in the room that would either lift it or activate it or something.
Right, cool.
So I'll say that'll be what you do. Faust, after seeing this all happen.
Was my whole turn assisting, or can I do things?
I'll say that since you were, anybody can just assist if they can make it make sense outside of their turn. So
Okay.
you can still do a thing. You've snapped out of your little episode.
Right. Right. I'll give it another study as best I can to
Now
try and figure this guy out. Like, what wackadoo, crazy, you know, hidey hole speakeasy lever is gonna open this carpet rug box door.
Okay, yeah.
What are the things to need to roll for that?
Study roll, please.
Study and all the other details? Just normal? Risky standard 0? Or...
If you're just kind of inspecting around, it's going to be controlled standard.
Controlled standard? Okay. And I've already spent quite a bit of stress, right?
Yeah.
Yes. You're at 4.
Okay, so I'm not going to spend stress on this for right now.
Okay.
Oh,
Please roll good.
Okay.
It's a partial success, so...
Your attention brings you to one.
What can we get with a partial?
Your attention fixates on a painting on the wall. As you get close to it, it doesn't look like there is, like, it opens up. It looks like it's like kind of stuck to the wall proper. There's no hinges, there's no gap or nothing. And I will say that what you see when you look at the painting is that there's part of it that is slightly discolored. The only problem is that the discolored part is like a rough circular shape that's about the size of a finger.
Okay.
And that's all the information you get.
Okay.